You're very welcome back to Newbridge Silverware, and we are here now in the Museum of Style Icons, which is always one of my favourite parts when I come here. And we're joined this morning by Martin Nolan, the Executive Director of Julien's Auctioneers. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
And we have an Ireland exclusive this morning.
Absolutely.
Because it's the first time we're seeing some of the letters from the one and only Marilyn Monroe.
Absolutely.
The famous, the iconic Marilyn Monroe.
The blonde, voluptuous bombshell that the world loves and still loves.
And still loves.
50 years on.
Now, these are here just for today and tomorrow because you're taking them back to LA. But the first one we have here, this is actually her letter here. This is her handwritten letter. So tell us a little about this.
Yeah, so this is very rare to see something in Marilyn Monroe's handwriting.
Old handwriting,
exactly.
Yeah.
So, 1956, Arthur Miller wrote many letters to her, and she's responding to one of his letters because he's praising her, telling her how noble she is and how great she is, and she's saying, I'm really not that person. She talks about her doubts, her self-doubts, her nerves, her concerns about herself, and the life she had, the difficulty she had growing up. So it's a really sad letter. She was so brilliant, and yet she had so many self-doubts.
But this was the demons. She always had the demons,
She had the demons. You know, her mother was in a psychiatric institution. Her grandfather died in a psychiatric institution. So she was afraid that that's the road that she would have to take as well.
So it's great to see that this was
Fantastic.
Now, the
Yes.
one here we have is a letter that you think is really special because it's a letter from Joe DiMaggio. Now, this Joe DiMaggio, she was announcing the divorce from Joe DiMaggio. He didn't know it until he heard about it, and he's writing this saying, please don't divorce me, I love you.
Exactly.
And that's all written in this letter.
Exactly. So they were married only for 9 months, and he wanted a housewife, he wanted a mother, she wanted the career, she loved the limelight. And so that's where the difference was. He writes to her, says, come home, the painters are going to get started only when you come home. And he's concerned about her welfare, and then he truly expresses his love for her. Very poignant letter. But Alan, look at the penmanship, look at that writing. We don't have this today with emails and texting and everything. This is an art that's gone.
Yeah.
He writes to Mrs. Joe DiMaggio, even though he's...
Mrs. Joe DiMaggio.
Exactly. She was still his wife.
It is incredible to see it. And also we have stuff here from Arthur Miller.
So her third husband was Arthur Miller, of course, a fantastic writer in his own right, very accomplished. He wrote amazing, graphic, detailed letters, and this is one where it's like quite descriptive in an almost lustful way. He's writing to...
Yeah, are we getting any bit of gossip and scandal in some of them?
Absolutely.
Oh, really?
Things were no different in the 50s than they are today, except today we text it or sext it. Back then...
But there's some spicy stuff going on in some of these.
Stuff.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
discovering her in the bed and in the kitchen and what they would do by the lake and everything. Yes. So
I love it.
It's good stuff in there.
It.
Yes, and they would write letters every day, and sometimes even 2 letters a day.
That's incredible.
Yeah, amazing.
I love to see the fact that I love this letter that she wrote herself. You could just imagine her sitting there and, as you say, tormented and saying that I'm not the person that you think I am and all that, and just going through that. Now, we also have some clothes here. This is one of her favourite coats. We've seen it. If the Julien's auction brochure is here, and you have her in this coat a number of times.
You see her just there with Arthur Miller, but between 1956 and 1959, she wore this almost so many times. You see her leaving Lenox Hill Hospital, you see her at the airport, in the car with Arthur Miller, and it's in fantastic condition.
It's in great condition, yeah.
Absolutely. And then this black cocktail dress, Marilyn, of course, she wowed the world with the little black numbers. And this is a very famous dress she wore to a press conference for The Prince and the Showgirl, which you can see a piece here from the permanent collection at the museum. Also from that movie.
But there was a wardrobe malfunction on this little dress. We don't have a picture of it, but it was literally one of the first wardrobe malfunctions because the strap went.
It broke, and all the paparazzi was there. There's video, in fact, people go online, they'll actually see it. She's holding the strap together with the dress, not to reveal anything, and then they fixed it with a safety pin, and you can see where the repair work was done on it. With Laurence Olivier at the Plaza Hotel, New York, 1956, Prince and the Showgirl, fantastic piece. Not in great condition, so we're hoping to go to some good home that'll restore it to its former glory.
And literally the letters now, they are going for auction next week. What do you think they're going to fetch?
Yes, and we have many more letters here at the museum, and we're here until Friday night, so people should come and see them. This is once in a lifetime.
Today or tomorrow is the only chance that you're going to get a chance to see an actual letter written by Marilyn Monroe. So come today or tomorrow. How much do you think?
So I think this should sell in a range of 50 to 100,000 because it's so poignant, it's so historical.
100,000?
Yeah. Fantastic piece. For Marilyn herself, very rare to see something in Marilyn's own handwriting. This will sell probably 30, 50,000, maybe even higher, because there's so little of her writing out there. And Arthur Miller letters probably sell 10 to 20,000. We have many, many of his letters. So they're highly sought after.
Would the juicier ones get a bit more? Obviously,
yeah, of course.
Of course. The ones that
Wouldn't
they're saying, giving a little bit more explicit. And of course, the display here behind us is a permanent display. These are the ones that are here for the days. And we were just looking at the new Christmas edition over there, Miracle on 34th Street.
I know, Christmas, we all come back to childhood. Christmas is such a traditional time. And you see Miracle on 34th Street, Maureen O'Hara starred in that. She got her Oscar recently. I was there for that ceremony. Fantastic. And you see Margaret O'Brien, who I also know very well, and Meet Me in St. Louis, the little Gingham number. So yeah, that's so...
There's so much here to come
happy
along,
days.
and as I say, have a stroll around downstairs, go to the restaurant, and come up here and look at these wonderful stuff. But if you want to see these exclusive Marilyn Monroe letters, you have to be here today or tomorrow, and then they're gone.
Yeah,
so if you want, you're taking them to Los Angeles
on
Saturday. It is fascinating. We were so nervous earlier on. I had a cup of tea, and he was going, "Don't spill the tea on the letters." Martin, always a pleasure to meet you. Thank you very much for that.